¿Has oído que Xfinity Mobile ahora es aún mejor? Obtén una línea Unlimited gratis por un año al agregar una línea Unlimited a tu plan actual. Además, puedes obtener acceso exclusivo a velocidades Wi-Fi de hasta 1 gig en millones de ubicaciones por todo el país. Una línea gratis y Wi-Fi más rápido. ¡Qué maravilla! Obtén una línea Unlimited gratis por un año al agregar una línea Unlimited. Visita es.xfinitymobile.com hoy.
Starchild, what are you doing? Remember when I was applying for credit cards and it was impossible to tell if I'd be approved, so I bought all these crystals from you for good luck? Of course. Well, now that I shop for cards with Credit Karma, I don't need luck. If a card has the Karma guarantee, they'll give me $50 if I don't get approved.
You know our store policy. No refunds during Mercury retrograde.
Fine. Get approved or get $50 on offers with the Karma guarantee. Puede controlar. Lo que sucede en South Park sucede en todos lados. 30 kilómetros al sur de Fair Play cambiaron una zona al norte del centro llamado Nodo Fopa. Una zona pobre al sur de la capital en Cheyenne, Wyoming. Es ahora histórica Socacheyuwo. La calle Chanel en Chicago se convirtió en chimichanga. Lodo, sobro, ritmo, todo ocurre al mismo tiempo y no es solo en los Estados Unidos. En Cairo, la zona al noroeste de la tercera pirámide es ahora Norost Crespi. A 3 kilómetros al norte de Auschwitz está Numas Auchi. La lista sigue.
¿Qué significa? En nuestra ciudad todo empezó cuando llegó el director PC. Eres parte de una conspiración mucho más grande y no eres una caída. Yo no. Si el director PC nos utilizó, voy a destruir al maldito yo mismo.
Vaya a fumar de mierda, coleado.
Exigen que todos los líderes de la comunidad Southport se retiren. Los hermanos de la fraternidad PC dicen que ya llevan 2 días sin comer ninguna vagina y que continuarán aquí hasta que renuncien todos. ¿Quién es ese reportero? ¿Lo conocemos?
Tom, él es Bill Giga, de WCNPO.
Gracias, querido. Nosotros trabaja para los ancianos.
Así es, Tom. Siempre fue un hijo de puta en las convenciones.
Gracias, Rick. Sí, me encanta.
Guau.
Sí, te voy a ayudar, vamos.
Jimmy. Cielos, la dejó salir.
El director PC es el enemigo, no ella.
Su pene está comprometido. Atrás.
No es mi pene, pienso en forma racional y lógica. La sacaré de aquí.
Entonces, lamento tener que hacer esto, Jimmy. Oficial Barbati tiene que matar a estos niños. ¿Qué? Los anuncios los afectaron, no hay tiempo de discutir. ¡No voy a matar a más niños! ¿Quieres salvar a su ciudad?
Oficial Barbati, hay que detener al director PC.
Barbati, dispáreles en la cabeza. ¡No! Yo no voy a matar a nadie más, ni por usted, ni por nadie. Está cometiendo el peor error de su vida, oficial. Puede ser. Lo único que sé es que no le dispararé a nadie más. ¡Ah! ¡Ay, perdón, Dios! Maldición.
Piénsenlo, chicos. Desde el momento que llegó el director PC, Kyle cambió, ¿no lo notaron? Sí, nos distrae porque tiene mucho miedo o porque...
¿De qué estaban hablando?
Stan dice que eres traidor.
¿Qué?
Kyle, es obvio que no quieres que investiguemos al director PC.
¿Por qué piensas eso, Stan?
No sé.
Porque el que realmente tiene motivo para no meterse con el director PC eres tú. No nos olvidemos que el papá de Stan es el esclavo del director PC.
Ajá, es un buen punto.
Esto me encanta.
Mi papá es un estúpido, no un esclavo. Se trata de que tú tienes miedo.
¿Tú? ¿No es cierto? ¿Por eso quieres pasarme la culpa? Eso es algo que haría Carmen.
No te atreves a compararme con Carmen.
¡Ah, qué bien! Sigue distrayendo a todos. Parece que funciona, Carmen.
¡Púdrete!
¡Pelea!
Es hora de destruir a este imbécil. ¡Ey! ¡Paren! No podemos entrar así como así. ¿Por qué no? Es un espacio seguro, no tenemos permitido pasar. Cuando se viola un espacio seguro universitario, se cruza el límite más sagrado que existe. ¡Ay, por favor! No. Esto es de verdad y muy importante en la cultura PC. Todos los humanos tienen derecho a un espacio seguro. No se puede pasar.
Sí se puede.
Necesito dinero.
Oh, vaya,
Martillo.
¡Wow!
Quemándote las pestañas, Nathan.
Jimmy,
Desgraciado, ¿qué hiciste con las super noticias escolares?
estaba construyendo el fuerte mientras tú no estabas.
Escribiendo notas auspiciadas sobre el director PC y los anuncios. ¿Cuánto te pagaron?
Por favor, Jimmy, solo trato de sobrevivir.
Todos sabrán la verdad, Nathan. Sacaremos una nueva edición antes del amanecer. Todos van a saber sobre los anuncios.
Ocúpate de él.
Leslie, creí que éramos amigos.
Hola, pez gordo. Editor del periódico escolar, ¿eh? ¿Cómo sabes de la mitad de la historia?
Sé que soy atractivo, chicas, pero no puedo hacer las disfrutar todas a la vez.
¿Dónde están todos? El noticiero dijo que hacía huelga de hambre.
No tiene sentido. Siempre hay alguien aquí.
Oigan, miren.
Seguro para tu ser amado.
¿Qué diablos?
Parece que estaba investigando esto. ¿Ven este artículo?
¿Por qué son así ya en nivel 2, boludo?
El director pensé quería ayudar.
Grité aquí. ¿Qué es eso?
No, sal de ahí. ¿Qué es esto? Entonces, Caitlin, mira, dice perra, estás casada con Bill Clinton, la que debería tenerle miedo al cine eres tú.
Esa perra estúpida se lo merecía.
¿Cómo te quiero, Caitlin? Vamos a ganar las primarias.
Paren. ¿Qué estábamos haciendo?
¿Leslie?
Quieres saber lo que está pasando, ¿no? Pero tu amigo está en tu camino.
¿Cómo sabes que...?
Puedo mostrarte lo que sucede, Kyle, pero debes confiar en mí. Dame los últimos 4 dígitos de tu seguro social.
2692. Después Docker le dice a Clyde que si su boca fuera un banco, la mamá de Clyde ya hubiera depositado su pene en él. Y eso es preciosísimo porque la mamá de Clyde está muerta.
Esperen, paren. ¿Qué carajo así?
I'm going down south, I'm gonna have myself a time.
Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without temptation.
Going down south, I'm gonna leave my woes behind.
And my parking down there, people spouting how to die.
And on up south, I'm gonna see if I can't unwind. Going down south here and meet some friends of mine.
Muy bien, escuchen todos. No sé si ustedes, pero yo estoy harto de los discursos de odio que solo sirven para marginar a otros.
Es él. Sí, es él. Director PC.
Pero sí, dormiré mañana un poco porque si no con 5 horas voy a estar a las 7 de la tarde reventado.
4 horas de retraso.
Sí, son 4 horas, sí. Es un buen viaje también. Es que hemos viajado una barbaridad, hemos volado una barbaridad, hemos estado en muchos sitios.
Dando una barbaridad.
Bueno,
Con 2 calores una barbaridad, sobre todo.
Bueno, ha sido heavy, la verdad. Estos días. Ha sido bastante heavy. ¿Te los deja pillar correctamente? Sí, ¿no? A ver si hay alguno por aquí que acabe de soltar, de hacer el drop y ya nos pilla a nosotros.
All it takes for so many liberal intelligentsia to just simply say, it's great. This guy is great. Why is he great? Because he's like a conservative guy, but running on a Democratic ticket. He's got a D next to his name, and he's conservative. That's all it takes for mainstream media to immediately hype you up. Okay? No analysis, no serious look into the affairs, no serious fucking, no serious interrogation of like what this person's point of view is, and whether or not this is like popular, or even if it is popular, is this going to be good? Is his agenda going to be good for the population in general? Not even a little bit. Okay? Not even a little bit. If you want a fun time seeing how unfathomably dumb all the most serious politicians and journalists are in America, just Google Eric Adams date range 2021 to 2022, a treasure trove of how the discourse is controlled by colossal clowns. National Dems are calling in a new communications expert, Eric Adams. Joe Biden embraces New York's mayor as crime wave threatens Democrats. Again, wrong. The crime panic in New York State almost cost them the fucking elections in New York. You had fucking Lee Zeldin gaining momentum as a direct consequence of that social adopting the fucking right-wing framing on crime. Meanwhile, it was literally the criminals themselves also conducting these affairs and this communication. What? This is irrelevant right now, Cinemark. Anyway. Please stop. Like, take an hour off. Jesus Christ. I'm fucking posting the same, like, old meme over. Anyway. The press and politicians were so desperate to delegitimize the George Floyd protest, and along came a tough black cop. It was like catnip or opium. Biden embraces New York mayor as crime wave. New York's mayor as crime wave threatens Democrats. New York mayor offers national Democrats in 2024. I want to make sure the party retains the White House, Eric Adams said in a sit-down with Politico. Nancy Weber also said he's going to be a glorious national politician. Okay? New York Post said, vote to save New York. Pick Eric Adams today for the future of our city. Brett Stevens, Eric Adams is going to save New York.
Vision.
Here's our favorite goat, Olivia Nuzzi. You know, trying to get a prominent slot in the fucking polycule. Also, another incredible hack, Olivia Nuzzi. I think she can write a decent article, I will admit that. But ultimately, like, once again, her ideological rudder is so firmly planted in the fucking contrarian right. And also busted her, I mean, she's just, you know. I did it all for the nuzzy, yeah.
I spent the day with Adams to learn more about how he thinks about these challenges and his vision for the remainder of his first term.
This administration is going to be a retrospective appreciation administration. We already got that. We understand.
Is that how you're dividing the
I need you to understand, okay? This is pure grit, okay? All access journalism. These people are simply regurgitating whatever is the best way forward for the Democratic Party to behave in a right-wing manner, okay? We have, over the past couple of decades especially, pushed further and further right, and the media has engaged in this fucking circle jerk where there's no critical thinking, there's no adversarial journalism whatsoever. Every single thing that they do is basically a fucking ad, okay? And that is precisely the reason why so many of you, at this point, turn around and immediately adopt this right-wing framing and go, it's not for me, Hassan, but maybe it's for someone else out there who's more moderate. Maybe it's for someone else out there who wants more conservative positions to be repeated by Democrats. Okay? Understand that it is not an accident that you arrived at this conclusion that seemingly is not for you, but for the betterment of society. If a Democrat is the one doing these, like, right-wing legislative, the Democrat is like fulfilling the right-wing legislative agenda. Okay?
negative interpretation of some of what you're doing. Because your approval ratings, they kind of suck right now.
But it's supposed to. It's supposed to.
You were
Because I'm doing
60% in the first year.
I'm doing
now
hard stuff.
You're down to 28%, which is not just a historic low for you, but for any mayor in the history of that survey.
Right.
So,
but when mayor has dealt with COVID and 177,000 people dropped into their city without any federal support, these are hard decisions, and so.
He's talking about immigrants here, by the way. Pickles Mama, thanks for the ticket to subs. Like, he was straight up a prominent figure. He was straight up. Oh, the Eric Adams Poly thing is actually like a secret. It's not. No one has ever actually investigated it. It's like a New York journalist thing. It's like an open secret.
I would rather people say, we're going to take it out on you, Eric.
It's so funny for a New York mayor to be like, man, what the fuck are we going to do with all these migrants? You're the mayor of New York City. What the fuck are you saying? Like, this is the one area, like, around the globe where you simply cannot say that, okay? It is a metropolitan city entirely built on unrestricted migration. Like, I'm not even, like, Ellis Island is right there, obviously. But, like, New York City also has maintained its incredible diversity. What the fuck are we talking about? Like, it is one of the most diverse places on the fucking planet, dog. What do you mean these migrants
can navigate us through this? It's my responsibility. I'm the mayor of the city. I don't sit back and say, oh my God, my poll numbers are down. No, we're going to look back over this and say, this guy managed us through the crisis, because the legacy is not what people think of you while you're there, is what people look back. When you compare what I have done to any other man in the history of the city, you're going to see what I've done. New Yorkers are angry. And so when you're angry, you take it out on the mayor.
Yeah, he's like, it's not that New Yorkers are mad at me because I suck ass and I just basically fucking stole public funds and gave, like, additional tens of millions of dollars to my buddies in the NYPD, which I was a part of, remember? But actually, it's because they just don't understand. You know, my mind works in fascinating ways. And these fools do not have the intellectual prowess to comprehend the machinations. Yeah, no, people were not upset that I closed libraries so I could put fucking the Candy Crush Brigade in every fucking metro station, in every subway station. It was actually because they just simply don't understand that these moves were for the betterment of society.
Now, it looks like we don't have Brian. We'll try to get him back.
Bro's playing one-dimensional chess. Bro's not even fucking plugging the circle with a square, okay? He's not playing no games.
But Aaron, let's go back to some of the backstory here, because this comes after a string of searches and even resignations of top city officials. Are you seeing anything in the indictment that indicates more charges could come down?
Well, I'm still going through it. It's 57 pages, but Mayor Adams is the only defendant named in this indictment. So for all of the searches and seizures involving other top city officials of late, the federal prosecutors have chosen to indict only Mayor Adams.
Yeah, increased overtime for subway duty from $4 million to $155 million. And what did you have to show for that in revenue recovery? I believe it was $100,000 in revenue recovery from fare evasion. $100,000. Now explain to me if this is how you know, actively do good governing, okay? Also, these freaks recently shot a bunch of people, including themselves. Remember. Or maybe he just wanted to give his buddies more. Eric Adams stole $10 million of public funds, so according to NYPD's math, that means he deserves to be shot 3,448,275.862 times. Yeah, that's 3 million, almost 4 million times the fare evasion that he did with the $10 million of public funds that he stole. Why can't a politician in an amazing job just be happy like a great public servant making a few $100,000 a year and live in a dope house for free? Why do they immediately need to try to become corrupt multi-bajillionaires? Because you don't get to that, dude. It's the mayor of New York. The position itself is literally is designed so that you are hyper militant against like any poor person. Your job is to basically maintain. You're completely captured by real estate developers. You're completely captured by corporate landlords, and your job is to basically punish any fucking non-white person or any poor person as aggressively as you possibly can, and purge Manhattan from the unwashed masses. That is the only type of person. You're a Wall Street puppet. That is the only type of person who can ever get to that position of power in New York. He sounds like a normal New York mayor. That's the beautiful part about this. He is, and this is a very Trumpian phenomenon, he is a very normal New York mayor. It's just that he didn't do the proper paperwork, number one, and he also went above and beyond in his corruption. And he did it in a very shitty way. That's what's funny about this entire process. I also do personally believe that, this is a byproduct of capitalism withering away, like, the institutions, and even, like, creating people that are not even interested in hiding their graft, right? Hiding the obvious theft of public resources. Like, they're just becoming more obvious with the shitty ways in which they steal. That's all it is. And it's very, it's Trumpian. Trump did it very out in the open too. And what are the consequences for it? Basically nothing. As long as you are buttering the bread of those wealthy people in positions of power, most people usually turn a fucking blind eye to this shit. As long as you also follow the proper protocols. That's why I always laughed about the Bob Menendez stuff too. Like, he is like historically corrupt, and he still got elevated by the Democratic Party. Even before this second indictment and federal investigation into Bob Menendez, he already had that exact same investigation once. Henry Cuellar. We knew that the FBI had raided his compound, and Nancy Pelosi still went out there and defended him alongside Jim Clyburn. Henry Cuellar, the most right-wing Democrat in the caucus. And now he's under federal investigation. Bob Menendez is under federal investigation. Eric Adams is under federal investigation. One must ask the question, are the Democrats this fucking stupid? The answer is yes, they are very stupid, for the record. They are very, very stupid. And the ways in which our politicians like grift this way gets dumber and dumber and more transparent every day, because they don't even fucking feel the need to hide this shit. these vulturous monsters are basically eating away the corpse of American empire.
Adams, at least for now. That doesn't mean charges couldn't be superseded. There could be additional defendants, but for now, the mayor is the only one. We should say that even before the indictment was unsealed, federal agents arrived at Gracie Mansion to give the mayor a summons to appear in court. We still don't know when that date will be, but we believe it'll be early next week. He was also searched again at Gracie Mansion, and there was a subpoena for his electronic devices. So now twice in less than a year, Mayor Adams has had his devices seized by federal agents.
One of the funniest aspects of this is that there is like a legal way of doing this. Like the American government, American governance, the American structure has basically serialized and processed bribery, okay? As long as you do the proper paperwork. That's why it's so fucking funny when these guys are like, man, I really want to just like get outside of the realm of lobbying. Like the difference between what Bob Menendez does and what every other fucking politician does is that he doesn't have the proper paperwork from like a fair registered lobbyist, you know what I mean? That's the difference. They didn't fill the proper forms in this circumstance, you know?
Indication that perhaps they think some of the conduct may be ongoing.
Aaron, what do you make of that timing, them issuing that search and seizing his phone, for example, on the same day that they're issuing this summons for him to appear in court?
The mayor's not happy about it. I've heard from a number of his aides who said it, including his lawyer, who said if they had just asked us, we would have given over the phones. The mayor has been cooperative. He has said he would cooperate. But federal agents don't really roll that way. If they're going to arrive at a location expecting to seize evidence, they're going to go in with a search warrant, with a subpoena, and not necessarily wait for a defendant to cooperate. So I think it's fairly common practice, even though the mayor is taking it as an aggressive step.
Aaron, put this into context. How significant is this from a history standpoint for this city? The first time we're now seeing a sitting mayor indicted.
There have been 110 men who have served as mayor of New York City. Until now, none of them had been accused of a crime, let alone a federal crime, while in office. So this is an unprecedented case. Mayor Adams is the first sitting mayor to face criminal charges. He is going to fight them, but he has been under investigation for about a third of his tenure. He's 3 years into a 4-year term, and he is facing a number of calls from within his own party for his resignation. So far, the mayor says he is going to continue to lead the city he was elected to lead.
Here's some really funny moments from the indictment, okay? 1. Eric Adams got a voluntary meeting with the FBI, excused himself to go to the bathroom, and deleted messages and communications that they were asking him about in the bathroom break. Adams' staffer also agreed to speak with FBI agents and falsely denied the criminal conduct of herself and Adams, among others. At one point during her voluntary interview, the Adams staffer excused herself to a bathroom and while there, deleted the encrypted messaging application she had used to communicate with Adams, the promoter, the Turkish official, the airline manager, and others. Incredible stuff. More on that front. The indictment claims that Adams' campaign staffer told a potential donor that Adams probably wouldn't want to accept illegal donations, but then checked with Adams and learned that he was actually totally cool with it. On June 22nd, 2018, the same day as the fundraising event just described, the Adams staffer and the promoter discussed by text message a possible trip by Adams to Turkey. The promoter stated in part, "Fundraising in Turkey is not legal, but I think I can raise money for your campaign off the record." The Adams staffer inquired, "How will Adams declare that money here?" The promoter responded, "He won't declare it. Or, we'll make the donation through an American citizen in the U.S., a Turk. I'll give cash to him in Turkey, or I'll send it to an American. He will make a donation to you." The Adams staffer replied, "I think he wouldn't want to get involved in such games. That might cause a big stink later on, but I'll ask anyways." The Adams staffer then asked, "How much do you think you would come from? How much do you think would come from you?" The promoter responded, "Maximum 100K. The Adams staffer wrote 100K. you have a chance to transfer that here. We can't do it while Eric is in Turkey.
No, bueno, hay cosas que no entiendo, man. Que me mato de eso. El Shangri-La, boludo.
Ask Adams, Eric Adams, whether the Adams staffer should pursue the unlawful foreign contributions offered by the promoter, and contrary to Adams staffer's expectations, Eric Adams directed that the Adams staffer pursue the promoter's illegal scheme. He was like, yeah, no, I would like that very much, please. Can you prove that this wasn't you? He's also, Adam Staffer says, he's also asking, where else can they go in Turkey? Do you have a recommendation? Airline manager says, 4 seasons. Adam Staffer says, it's too expensive. Airline manager says, why does he care? He is not going to pay. His name will not be on anything either. Adam Staffer says, super. Here are some of the benefits that he got that were not disclosed. Okay. India via Turkey, free upgrade to business class for 2 on a round trip from New York to India. $12,000 value, upwards of $12,000, not disclosed. From France, Turkey, and China, free business class tickets for 3 on a round trip from New York, France, Turkey, and China, heavily discounted stay in Bentley Suite of St. Regis in Istanbul. $41,000, not disclosed. China via Turkey, free business class ticket for 2 on a round trip from New York to China, $16,000. Hungary via Turkey, free upgrade to business class for 2 on a round trip from New York to Hungary, $12,000. Turkey, free upgrade to business class for 1 on flight from New York to Turkey, free stay in the Cosmopolitan Suite of the St. Regis Istanbul, free meals, transportation, and entertainment in Istanbul, upwards of $9,000. Turkey, solicited and accepted but then canceled. Free upgrade to business class for 2 on round trip from New York to Turkey. Free or steeply discounted luxury hotel and resort stays, transportation, entertainment, and meals. $41,000. Ghana via Turkey. Free upgrade to business class for 2 on round trip from New York to Ghana. Free meal and transportation during Istanbul layover. $12,000. Not disclosed. People believe the Zin drive. What? Oh my god, they're so stupid. New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Oh, that's awesome. Let's not say anything about it. Let's just let it ride. Isn't that a tiny amount of money to throw your life away for? Yes. However, he did a fuckload more. He did a lot worse shit. But this is like the highly illegal stuff that is above board. You know what I mean? It's just like over the table, incredibly illegal. Another conversation with Adam Staffer said, "Make it look real. He is being watched." Turkish Airlines tried to charge Adams $50 for a last-minute flight, and the staffer responded, "Let it be somewhat real." It ended up being $1,100, and he got upgraded to business class for free. I love that they were also aware. That they were being watched, and they still did it anyway, which is very respectful. You know, just like you know that there's a 3-minute outbreak coming for you at the top of the hour, and you don't take any precautions. Okay, many of you laugh at Eric Adams, but guess what? Eric Adams got a shit ton of gifted subs at the Hassan Abi broadcast in an effort to make sure that he and his family do not have to see those ads at the top of the hour. Another Turkish bribe for Eric Adams. Because at the top of the hour, there is a 3-minute ad break. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe for $4.20 or for free. Joel and Emu. And Decol now, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Here's the 3-minute ad break now, everybody.
My mental health was better, but uncontrollable movements called TD, tardive dyskinesia, started disrupting my day.
TD felt embarrassing. I felt like disconnected. I asked my doctor about treating my TD and learned about Ingrezza.
Ingrezza is clinically proven for reducing TD. Most people saw results in just 2 weeks. People taking Ingrezza can stay on most mental health medicines. #1 prescribed Ingrezza is simple dosing for TD. Always one pill once daily. Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Pay close attention to and call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden changes in mood, behaviors, feelings, or have thoughts of suicide. Don't take Ingrezza if you're allergic to its ingredients. Ingrezza may cause serious side effects including angioedema, potential heart rhythm problems, and abnormal movements. Report fevers, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these sleepiness is the most common side effect.
Take control by asking your doctor about Ingrezza.
Cleaning up your lawn can take a long time and be a real chore, especially when it comes to raking leaves and other debris out of your yard. It can be a real pain to rake all that debris and may lead to muscle strain, fatigue, or even terrible back pain. Stop the back-breaking raking and get your lawn clean faster. With an AgriFab lawn sweeper, your lawn care is made easy. With the easy dumping feature, you can empty the sweeper bag without getting off the tractor. Ideal with all of the back-breaking and time-consuming raking any longer.
Rated teen. Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/team up.
Adams, by the way, means like human. Adamın dibi. Eric Adams. Masadayız. Masa biziz. Masadayız. Masa biziz amına koyayım. Yürüyün Türkler. Adamın dibi Eric. Eric means plum in Turkish, and Adam means human. So Eric Adams technically is a Turkish name. Eric with a K. His name loosely translates to plum man. Abi bir erik dalı gönder. To the non-Turks that are in the chat, what I said is, we are at the table, we are the table. It's a common Turkish take. Whenever like Turkey is mentioned in any kind of like geopolitical affair, Turks love to say, we are at the table. They get very proud that they are involved in these schemes. Or they will say, we are the table. Or at least that's my evolution of the we are at the table. I always love saying, we are the table. They're saying that the president of the foundation considered him a Turk friend and talked about the many different tourist visits that he made to Turkey. Eric Adams won the election yesterday and became the mayor of New York. Adams has been a member of the Beşiktaş USA Association since 2015. Described as a Turkish friend by President Ferruh Zor, Adams has made numerous tourist trips to Turkey and participated in Turkish events. Bu Meme abi. Mekke ve Medine bizim imzalar atıldı nasıl? Pentagon Suudi'yi 9'a bölüyor. Biz masada mıyız? Bizim olmadığımız masa yok. Both Mecca and Medina is ours. The signatures have been given. This guy goes, how? He responds, Pentagon is dividing Saudi Arabia into 9 parts. This guy says, are we at the table? He says, there is no table we are not at. Will the Turkish government face consequences from this from America? Fuck no. What? No, absolutely not. What are you talking about? Guys, the Turkish government is completely captured by a singular force and his friends. This man's name is Recep Tayyip Erdogan. And his transparent illegal actions are something that the American government uses to their advantage. This is a very normal part of American statecraft, okay? You allow a tin pot dictator to basically do a fuck ton of corrupt shit all around the world, and then you use that corruption as leverage whenever you want them to actually move in a certain way. If you recall, Erdogan has done a lot of weird stuff in terms of foreign policy, like when he was like, I will never vote for Sweden and Finland to join NATO, okay? To which the American government literally was like, oh yeah? Let's look into your financial transactions real quick. As soon as the Manhattan DA's office or whatever opens up an investigation into Recep Tayyip Erdogan's like illegal, illicit financial activities, boom, he's like, all right, never mind, actually, I decided that I would like to vote for Finland and Sweden to join NATO. I was just kidding. This is how it works. Furthermore, let's not get started with his kids. Exactly. I mean, every aspect of his administration is corrupt to the goddamn gills, and he uses his children. Like, Trump is a very Erdogan-style figure, very Vladimir Putin-style figure in many respects. And this is something that I noticed and talked about quite a bit early on. Like, a lot of the stuff that Donald Trump does, like, many, like Erdogan and whatnot, have done as well for many, many years. Anyway, back to Mayor Eric Adams.
And we have ABC News legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer joining us now. Brian, what's your reaction to seeing the way this indictment has been handed up and the charges that prosecutors are listing here?
Yeah, Diane, so I am still combing through these, some 57-page indictment with 5 counts. I'm somewhat shocked when I start reading the first pages and I see that this investigation spans back to, I believe, 2014, back when Eric Adams was a Brooklyn Borough president, then giving us some updates from 2018, and then following into the 2021 election. This seems, as Aaron was alluding to, an investigation and criminal activity that allegedly spans back about a decade now. And so to look and see how he's being charged, what he's being charged with, and just the volume of information. Again, I'm still working through with 57 pages. This is somewhat shocking to me, and I'm interested to really get into the details of it.
And Brian, we haven't...
He said it is too soon. He's done so much. It's hard to read all of the things that he has done. So, excuse me, I need some more time.
Heard yet from the mayor since the indictment was unsealed. But he has talked in general, responding to the allegations that have come out of these investigations and essentially denied all allegations up until this point. So how do you expect his attorneys to mount a defense to what's in that indictment, or at least the part of it I've allowed you to read so far? I know you guys are going through this while we're literally on the air. But how do you think he's going to defend against this?
Difficult. And my quick scan of the indictment, I'm seeing that there are photos of the lavish lifestyle that allegedly the Turkish government gave to Eric Adams. I'm also seeing some correspondence that look like text messages between individuals, and we know that a number of cell phones, a number of electronics were taken, so correspondence and communications between people are going to be at the heart of a case like this. The only thing I can think about arguing in a case that has conspiracy to commit fraud, wire fraud, solicitation by of contribution by foreign agents and bribery is lack of knowledge. That Mayor Adams was doing his job, wasn't aware of where the money was coming from or where it was going to or for the purpose of it, that he thought this was all above board. But as I read these allegations and I look at what they're investigating, I think that would be very different.
And we're looking there at live images of Gracie Mansion in New York City. We are expecting to hear from the mayor, hear his response to this indictment. And
¿Por qué no aprieto la cosa, man?
aware of the charges that federal prosecutors are filing. And good morning, everyone. I'm Kira Phillips. We are coming on the air.
Hey, Mr. Freakoff. So, I need someone to understand. I need you all to understand something here, okay? First of all, not knowing that what you did was illegal is not a adequate defense. That's number one. But number two, it's also especially not a defense for Eric Adams, who definitely knew what he was doing was illegal. Because as you saw, some of the parts of the indictment that we uncovered, the indictment that is now unsealed that we read through, he very much knew what he was doing was illegal. Like, he knew what he was doing was illegal, and he was trying to do his very best to hide it, but like not really trying that hard. Let's be real. The ultimate Eric Adams thing is that the feds have this message. Eric Adams, the defendant, continued to conceal the benefits he received from foreign nationals seeking to gain influence over him. Adams did not report any of the 2019 gifts he received from the airline manager or the promoter on his annual disclosure form. In addition, in March 2019, while exchanging text messages to plan another possible trip to Turkey, in which the airline manager would arrange travel for Adams, the Adams staffer texted Adams to be on the safe side. Please read the messages you send me. Adams responded, "Always do." Which is also funny because, like, obviously you can recover deleted messages. So, how is a cop so bad at hiding this stuff? Guys, what are you talking about? It is precisely because he is a cop that he didn't think of the law. Cops are the people that know the law the least. That literally is one of the most prominent reasons as to why he was so transparent with his obvious schemes, because cops are technically above the law, and they violate it all the time, and they demonstrate their lack of knowledge or interest in learning the law regularly. That is the whole reason why he probably was like, yeah, whatever, I'm a fucking cop. I've been violating the law all day, every day, since the beginning. Anyway, this was a fun moment here as well. Eric Adams claims he changed his cell phone password to prevent his staff from deleting any messages or information. Unfortunately, he told investigators he immediately forgot his new password and so wouldn't be able to assist them in opening his phone. Okay. He also got bribery for Armenian genocide denial. On April 21st, 2022, the Turkish official messaged the Adams staffer noting that Armenian Genocide Remembrance Day was approaching and repeatedly asked the Adams staffer for assurances that Adams would not make any statement about the Armenian genocide. The Adams staffer confirmed that Adams would not make a statement about the Armenian genocide. Adams did not make such a statement. That's like, I think that's one of the saddest aspects of this kind of, like, this kind of back and forth from the Turkish side, is that